Welcome to this video. Let's play g6, a modern defense, which might transpose to Sicilian when he plays knight c3. Okay, here let's attack the center, and we have some kind of a mixture between, you know, a Caro-Kann or well, I want to play bishop g4. Maybe h3 is even a good move here to get the bishop out of the white pawn chain, which will be here now on the board. So I have like a French structure, the pawn structure, but with my bishop out of the pawn chain. This looks quite good, I think. So pawn on b2 is attacked, the pawn on d4 is attacked. I can already win the pawn on d4. I can't, right? Because if I take here, I mean, if I take on f3 with my bishop, he can take on c5. But maybe just taking on d4 first is good. Because if he takes with the knight, I can just take the pawn on e5. So, yeah, let's take here. And then I take the knight on f3. And afterwards I just take with the queen on d4, attacking his queen. And then the pawn on e5 is also under attack. Yeah, this position should be already lost for white. If there is no really strong attack for him. But I don't see it. So the pawn on e5 is under attack now. And when he doesn't have the queen on board anymore, I mean, it's very difficult for him to defend. Is there a threat here? Queen c7 if I take with the knight? I mean, it really looks strange then, because he needs to move his bishop, otherwise it just take here. But on the other hand, you know what? I just take here and threaten to take on b2. Yeah. So another pawn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 4 pawns. So this is a lot. So what I want to do now is just exchanging queens. I also win the rook on a1 now with the bishop on e5. So yeah, need to get rid of some more pieces, and especially the queen. Yeah, let's just take. Rook d5 is an option, but I mean, it's just a mate here on e1 then, so it wasn't an option. What about playing knight d4 here? Yeah, I also threaten to take on f3. I threaten to take the queen. I just want to get rid of pieces, so here we go, another piece. Yeah, let's exchange queens. So this is the main target now in the position, because I have a overwhelming you know, material advantage. It's a rook, it's even more, it's pawns, it's rooks. So the only thing that is threatening me is the queen. Yeah, I want to get my my king now into safety by castling long. I need to take care now about the knight here, because it's attacked by his queen if I castle. So rook c7 maybe is his idea, but then I can just play maybe even bishop e5 attacking the rook. Okay, here I just exchange, right? So I need to take care a bit about this diagonal, that he doesn't mate me, but I just avoid that he plays queen e5 here by playing knight c6, and then I play d4, even if I lose a pawn, but this pawn is not important here anymore. Yeah, but he will never make me move this pawn on d4. So I will try now to move my queen here to, yeah, this is for sure, I just take, and now he can't do anything. And yeah, rook b8, rook b1 is the simple idea now. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, the problem with White's play was that he needs to take care about his center, and I mean, from pure structure, I like White's position a lot, because he has a nice pawn chain here. He has more space also on the king side. He needs to take care about his pawn on b2, however, and of course pawn on e3. So yeah, maybe it was better to support the pawn with bishop e3 or something, or playing over the knight to this knight to d2 before. What I thought would be a good idea maybe was here in this position, maybe even to play h3, because this bishop is not good here on c8. It needs to move to g4 or f5, and I'm very happy to exchange it against the knight. So we're playing h3 in a closed position. Losing a move like a tempo like this is not that important. And he might even think about playing g4 if I play really bishop f5. So h3, bishop f5, and then bishop e2 is very risky for me, I think. So yeah, this was an idea for White. So you need to take care about the center, and if your opponent attacks the center like I did here, you need either, yeah, you need to try to defend it, or at least, you know, not just losing a pawn like he did, but then maybe even exchanging on c5. But then he needs to support the pawn on e5 first. So watch out for your center. Even if it looks strong, sometimes it becomes weak, especially if your opponent can attack it easily with a lot of pieces. Thanks for watching.